Okay, summary of 1 month testing of inflatable stand-up paddleboards in the touring category. So, short about me, I'm 75 kg and my buddy who helps me is 90 kg. And we pedal these things on super flat water. So, I will go right to the test result, and the clear winner for us, for me, was the Nash 1. So let's quickly zoom in. It's a 12.6 by 30-inch wide board, and the reason why I like it the most is because it's fast and it's easy to keep the speed on the board. And with speed, it's 8.5 kilometers per hour average is possible with normal power. This board comes in two colors, so we have the yellow, black, white color option, and there is the blue, pink, white color option. I mean, this board basically has everything that you look for in a touring board. Maybe the only thing that's missing is that there is only a bungee for storage on the front, and a classic touring board also has this on the back. The Nash 1 is well known, and it's been around for many years, and the 2019 version just is a little bit lighter than last year, and it just tracks really nice. Apart from the speed, it tracks great in a straight line, and it's also pretty stable. It's really a nice board for touring, and it's 15 centimeters, so 6-inch thick, so everything stays dry on board. It even have enough flotation and stability to use it as a board that you can take occasionally your kids with, but honestly that's for all the touring boards that are 15 cm and 6-inch thick. Okay, so another conclusion from testing so many touring boards was that it's difficult to say which is the best, because each board has its own specifics and is therefore its own end user. For instance, if you take the Fit Ocean Cruise, that's a 12-foot board that's 34-inch wide, so 4-inch speak, 11 centimeters wider than the Nash board. Such a board tracks a little bit slower. It's about 8 kilometers in average that you can do instead of 8.5, but with the 11 centimeters extra width, you get a board that's suitable for heavier riders, or you could say it's a board suitable for beginners as well. Okay, moving on, what else did we test? So I will now go through each individual board, because like I said, it's really difficult to say which is the number one, which is number two. Just for the number one position, it was good. It was pretty clear actually. It was the Nash 1. All right, so we did test the 12.6 Mistral Spirit, which was actually super close with the Nash in terms of speed. It's a little bit slower, probably because the tail is a little bit wider. What struck was that this Mistral Spirit was super lightweight, just like the Fit Ocean. It is double layer fusion light technology, and that does save a lot of kilos. And the Fit Ocean and Mistral come from the same factory, so that explains it. Then when we go to the bottom, we have the STX family. I am very impressed with the STX boards and can highly recommend it, especially because of the price-value ratio. So these are boards that are like 600-700 Swiss francs, like compared to a Mistral, which costs like 1300 Swiss francs. Then we have a second board in the test this year, which is the Fit Ocean Sports. It's 11 foot long, and I wondered what the difference is, that 1 foot difference, and it is noticeable. You need to do more strokes to keep the speed around 8 kilometers per hour than a board that is 1 foot longer. So this is really a shorter a board for shorter tours. Okay, moving on. What also was one of the highlights in the test is the Starboard Touring 12.6 Zen. And mind you, this board comes with 3 different technologies. The Zen is the middle of the road technology. Underneath there is the Light, which is a single layer board with the same dimensions. And then there is the Deluxe, which is basically a Zen, but it has a double chamber, so an extra chamber. So we really like the 12.6 Zen. It's beautiful made with super nice materials. The inner rail is welded instead of glued. There is FCS mounts, nets front and nets on the back. And the design is also gorgeous, made by Starboard. Then last but not least is the Red Pedal 12.6 Sport. This is also a day tour with only the bungee ropes up front. It pedals from the speed and from the characteristics a little bit like the Starboard Touring. The bungee rope on the Red Pedal is a little bit bigger than on the other board, so you can take a lot of gear. And Red Pedal has the famous batten that goes on the side rail of the board, giving extra stiffness. Okay, that's my summary. And also check our diagram that we made of all these boards. Maybe one more conclusion of the 2019 test is that some boards have gained weight because they are made of drop stitch with even more yarns in it. That does make the boards a little bit more stiffer, but that in general benefits riders that are like 100 kilos. If you're lighter than that, then you just have a heavier board, which is a little bit more slow, or takes a little bit more energy to push forward. So weight was a noticeable factor in this 2019 test. Okay, so that wraps it up. Thank you for watching, and don't hesitate to call us if you have any specific questions on these inflatable touring boards, or which one you want to buy. And have a happy summer.